The more I study science, the more to me it proves God. If I was an atheist, my mental health would be everlastingly ruined. But this is what I want to tell you, and you might want to send this to one of your college students. Believing in God is not illogical. 2/3 of Western scientists, we're talking about a secularized culture, 2/3 of Western scientists, these are smart people, pray to a personal God who they believe will interfere in their everyday affairs. That's true. 2/3 of Western scientists pray to a personal God who they believe will interfere in their everyday affairs. Believing in God is reasonable. The Bible says give a reason for the hope that's within you. There's reason and logic here. Even in the very way our bodies were crafted. Like David said, as you know, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So if you just look biologically at your body, other than sex and blood cells, every cell in your body is making approximately 2,000 proteins every second. It's an amazing factory your body is that God made. So a protein is basically just a combination of 300 to over 1,000 amino acids. So me or you, if you're an adult body, it's made up of approximately 75 trillion cells. Every second of every minute of every day, your body is organizing about 150,000 amino acids into carefully constructed chains of proteins. My friend Skip wrote about this in his book, and it blew my mind. Every second, every minute, every day, that's what your body's doing. So the fabric from which we and all of life is built is continuously rewoven at a most astonishingly rapid rate. Did you know your body replaces itself every 7 to 9 years? That's why about 90% of household dust is dead skin. Feel free to vacuum more. But we're constantly being remade. So to suggest that all this complexity is the result of fortuitous, happenstance, accidental circumstance is absolutely absurd. Like, just look at a single DNA molecule for a moment. This is the building block of all life. A single DNA molecule carries the same amount of info as an encyclopedia volume or a huge, bulky, massive dictionary. Or just look at outer space. Albert Einstein came onto the scene and showed us that, contrary to popular opinion, the universe has not been here forever. The second law of thermodynamics shows us that we're actually running out of energy, which means that we have a finite amount of energy to use. That means it must be a finite universe. For example, general relativity, which Einstein invented, in part says that space and time don't exist without matter. Why? Because they're made of the same fabric, which means if matter had a beginning, then time necessarily also, of necessity, must have had a beginning. Thus, the universe is not eternal. Thus, there was a creator and prime mover behind it. Where did this finite universe come from? It came from the causeless cause. So I'm just trying to tell you this. Believing in God is not illogical or irrational. It is actually the most reasonable faith you could possibly have. You've all heard that sentence, it takes more faith to be an atheist. But you might say, I am an atheist and I want to have faith in God. Well, science shows, according to one research study, that if you're an atheist and you pray consistently to a loving God, you will actually report feelings of being closer to God than before. Why? Because even if you're an atheist, the Bible says if you draw near to God, He will draw near to you. Again, you might want to send this to one of your kids who's at the university, because I just want to encourage you that science is footnotes for God's creation. Science proves a creator. Ben Corson here. Thank you so much for watching my new YouTube channel. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, share this video with all your friends, and hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. May the hope be with you.